In a world where headlines are often crafted to provoke clicks, one recent story featuring journalist and political commentator Megyn Kelly has stirred intrigue, but not for the reasons many might assume. A photo she shared recently sparked widespread attention, leading to online discussions about body image, strength, confidence, and the evolving way women over 50 are reclaiming their presence in public life. At 53, Megyn Kelly is no stranger to attention. She's been at the center of major political interviews, media controversies, and network shakeups. But this time, the buzz wasn't about a debate or a viral soundbite. It was about a striking photo showing Kelly's towering presence and commanding form, which quickly led to thousands of shares, comments, and interpretations. As fans and critics debated the image, one truth stood out: Megyn Kelly has embraced her power, physically and professionally. The phrase "huge size" took on new, empowering meaning, not a critique of appearance, but a metaphor for confidence, impact, and unapologetic self-possession. Let's break down what this photo really meant and why it's resonating with so many. The photo that started it all, it was a simple post on Megyn Kelly's Instagram, no elaborate caption, no staged production. Just Kelly standing in front of a panoramic window at what appeared to be a wellness retreat or a conference venue. Dressed in sleek, fitted black activewear, her silhouette stood strong, tall, and athletic against the backdrop of a rising sun. The camera angle and lighting emphasized her height. She's around 5'6", but looked statuesque, her toned arms and legs, and her confident posture. She wasn't posed to appear smaller or more feminine by outdated Hollywood standards. She looked powerful, and viewers took notice. Comments flooded in. "Wow! Look at those legs, she's a powerhouse. Strong, smart, and stunning. That's how you age. This is what 53 and thriving looks like." It wasn't the kind of size the tabloids often exploit. It was a size of presence, of strength, of identity fully owned, redefining size and strength in our culture. The word huge has often been weaponized against women. Whether referring to weight, ego, ambition, or success, the implication is clear: being too much is a problem. But for Megyn Kelly, a woman who has repeatedly broken through glass ceilings and weathered public storms, the word seems almost symbolic. What the photo captured wasn't just physique. It was power. And in a media landscape that still often values women for being thin, quiet, and unassuming, Kelly's bold stance was a reminder that women are not here to shrink. She's not the first to lead this shift. Women like Serena Williams, Charlize Theron, Michelle Obama, and more have leaned into strength, both literal and metaphorical, as a new kind of beauty. Kelly's photo, whether intentionally or not, fit right into this narrative. Megyn Kelly, a career of commanding attention. To understand why this image landed the way it did, it helps to look at Kelly's career trajectory. A former corporate lawyer, she pivoted into broadcast journalism in the early 2000s. By the mid-2010s, she was one of Fox News' most prominent and controversial figures. Known for her tough questions, sharp delivery, and refusal to be rattled on air, she became both admired and vilified depending on political leanings. Later, her move to NBC was highly publicized but fraught with challenges. From political interviews to culturally sensitive topics, she has never backed down from the microphone, even when it cost her contracts or headlines. This latest image comes in the wake of her independent media reinvention. Her self-titled podcast and YouTube channel have allowed her to speak freely, connect with new audiences, and rebuild her brand on her terms. It's no coincidence that this photo, showing her standing strong and poised, mirrors her professional stance: unapologetic, independent, and undeniably present. Fitness over 50. Strong is the new beautiful part of the buzz around the photo was the evident physical shape Megyn Kelly is in. At 53, she appears lean, muscular, and energetic traits that don't come by accident. And in interviews, she's been candid about how much more she values health and wellness now than she did earlier in her career. Kelly has discussed her commitment to strength training several times a week, high protein, balanced meals with a focus on whole foods, daily movement, including long walks or Peloton rides, mental wellness routines. including meditation and unplugging from digital chaos, saying no to burnout culture and yes to boundaries. She's also quick to clarify that her health goals aren't about getting back to a number on a scale, but about staying strong for life. I want to be able to carry my groceries, play with my kids, and do this job for a long time. That's the motivation. She said on her podcast, the fact that she's sharing these priorities publicly, especially in an industry that often avoids aging, has made her a quiet symbol for midlife empowerment, owning the frame. Physically and professionally, the deeper significance of the image may lie in what it says about visibility. In every sense, Megyn Kelly has always stood tall. She has often been too much for some audiences, too bold, too direct, too unwilling to sugarcoat. But in that photo, the visual message is unmistakable. She's no longer shrinking to fit anyone else's frame. This shift is part of a larger cultural movement where women, particularly over 50, are owning their narrative instead of letting industries define them. They're showing that life, career, beauty, and relevance don't end at 40 or even at 50. Kelly's photo, and the reaction to it, proves that we're witnessing a new kind of visibility, one rooted in confidence, strength, and maturity. Social media reacts. Confidence as a new standard. Social media, known for its criticism as much as praise, largely celebrated Kelly's photo. Even users who disagreed with her politically acknowledged the power of the image. Not a fan of her politics, but I can't deny she looks amazing and confident. One user tweeted, "This is what happens when women stop letting the world define them." Another posted, some of the most common reactions included words like strength, discipline, grace, and presence, not terms typically associated with clickbait-style, huge size headlines. And yet they were precisely what Kelly was embodying, aging forward, not backward. Megyn Kelly's photo also taps into a broader trend. Women choosing to age forward, not chasing youth, but redefining what aging looks and feels like, rather than cosmetic fixes or hiding behind filters. Many women in media are opting to embrace their lines, their power, and yes, there is size in all its forms, whether it's Megyn Kelly, Jennifer Aniston, or Viola Davis. The message is clear. Aging is not about disappearing. It's about expanding into your most authentic self. Conclusion. A new kind of huge viral photo of Megyn Kelly may have been simple, but its impact was layered. It challenged the way we view women in power. It reframed huge not as a critique but as a celebration of presence, purpose, and self-assurance. At 53, Kelly is physically strong, professionally grounded, and fully in control of her platform. And while not everyone will agree with her politics or style, many are inspired by her refusal to shrink herself for approval. In a culture that still pressures women to be small, literally and metaphorically, Megyn Kelly's image sends a different message. Take up space. Stand tall. Own your size. And if that's huge, well, maybe we all should aim for that kind of size.